My name is Daisy, and I grew up in a Catholic family. I had my sister's a nun, my uncles are priests. We were very devout Irish Catholics. We went to daily mass, and I grew up in a family and in a culture where we were learning that Islam was a very barbaric religion. It had a lot of cruelty. The people didn't know anything about Jesus or the love of Christ and had no peace in them. And then I was offered a job position over in Saudi Arabia, where I worked with the children and took care of the preschool in the American Embassy. And as I was going there, we loaded up my suitcase with Bibles and rosaries. That we needed to show them the love of Jesus. That was the main reason, and that would change their whole culture, and they would be a very loving culture. And when I got over there, I started telling them, I thought I'll teach them about Jesus, and I started sharing the miracles of Jesus with them. And then they said, what about this miracle? What about when Jesus was a baby and he protected his mother's honor and talked as an infant? And they showed me more miracles than what I had learned. So I thought maybe I missed it somehow, and I even called my family in America and said, was I asleep during church or something? Because I missed a massive miracle, a miracle that was, very great. And then I also was told about a bird made out of clay, and Jesus blew life into him. And I said, was the bird dead? And they said, no, there wasn't even a bird. It wasn't even dead. It was nothing, and it became life. And so I was learning more miracles than I had learned as a Christian for Jesus that I went to teach them about. They ended up teaching me more about Jesus, and that's kind of where a lot of my interest sparked, because I thought, wait. And then we went on about Mary too, because I thought they don't know that she's a virgin and this pure woman. And what I found was that they had a whole chapter in the Quran on Mary, and when I heard it and it was translated to me, all I could do was cry. It was the most beautiful surah I've ever heard. I was actually, I hate to say this, but I hated Muslims. I thought they were terrible people. What I had been taught was that they, weren't so nice and very cruel, and everything that I was told, the opposite was happening. And it wasn't just one thing, it was over and over. It was the people's hospitality, the generosity, the respect for my religion, how respectful they were to my Christianity. And then finally they sent me to the Benedictine monks at the Prince of Peace Abbey in California, and I stayed there for a while. Actually, 7 years I went back and forth. And finally one of the priests came to me and said, if you have a call in your heart, it doesn't matter what I tell you, it doesn't matter what the bishop tells you, what the cardinal, even the Pope himself, you need to follow the call from God in your heart. And that's when my journey really began. As soon as he said it, was that he might lose his position in the church for saying that. But I found my true freedom came as a Muslim.